When you think of Elon Musk, you probably think rockets, electric cars. But his vision, it goes so much deeper. He's actually trying to reimagine everything: society, what consciousness is, even reality itself. So in this explainer, we're going to break down his blueprint for humanity's next chapter. And this all comes straight from a pretty mind-blowing conversation he had recently. And really, everything we're about to get into, it all starts with this one fundamental question. See, Musk isn't just building companies to make cool stuff. He's on this deep philosophical quest to just figure out what's going on. And his answer? Well, it involves connecting every single one of us in a way that's never, ever been done before. All right, so where does this grand journey begin? Well, it starts with something you probably see every day, the platform X. But here's the thing. For Musk, this is not just another social media app, not even close. It's the first brick, the foundation for something way bigger. So Musk's big goal here is to turn X into what he calls a collective consciousness for all of humanity. Just think about that for a second. A single place where all the world's thoughts, all the ideas and conversations, they all come together. And get this, language barriers? Gone. Automatic translation connects everyone. It's about creating one unified global mind. But why? Why is that so incredibly important to him? So yeah, why build this massive human collective? The answer really gets to the heart of his entire philosophy. It all boils down to the power of scale and what becomes possible when you get billions of minds, all connected, all acting as one. And Musk has this absolutely brilliant analogy for it. Think about it. A single cell, it's pretty simple, right? But put 30 trillion of them together, all working in sync, and you get a human being, something capable of complex thought, of emotion, of incredible action. He thinks the exact same logic applies to us. 8 billion separate humans, we can only get so far. But if we're all connected as one collective consciousness, the potential just explodes. It's a whole different ballgame. We'd stop thinking about progress in terms of individuals and start thinking about it in terms of the entire species. I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? No single person, not even Elon Musk himself, could ever build a spaceship all alone. It's just impossible. You need the combined brainpower and effort of thousands of people. And the better the information flows between all those people, the more amazing things they can build. For Musk, this is the secret sauce. This is how we unlock our ability to solve the really big problems. Okay, so you take this human collective, you amplify it with technology, and what do you get? You get the trigger for what could be the most radical shift in society ever. We're talking about an AI revolution that's going to completely change what it even means to work. We always talk about the future of work, right? Like, will we work a 4-day week or maybe even a 3-day week? But that kind of thinking, it completely misses the sheer scale of the change Musk is talking about. It's not even in the same league. Here's his prediction. It's not about working less. It's about working becoming completely optional. He really believes that AI and robotics are advancing so fast that pretty soon work will just be a hobby, something you do because you find it interesting, for your own fulfillment, not because you need to survive. And just look at this timeline. He's not talking about some far-off sci-fi future 100 years from now. No, he thinks this could happen in less than 20 years, maybe even in the next 10 to 15. I mean, that is a jaw-droppingly short amount of time for a change this fundamental to everything we know. So what does that world even look like? A world where nobody has to work. Musk calls it a future of universal high income. It's basically a state of post-scarcity. AI and robots can produce so much stuff, so many goods and services that our entire mindset could flip, from one of scarcity to one of total abundance. The new rule is basically, if you can think of it, you can have it. Which, of course, leads to a really fascinating question. In a world of total abundance, where anyone can literally have anything, what happens to money? What's the point of it? Well, to get why money might just become obsolete, you gotta look at it the way Musk does. He sees it as an information system. Basically, money is just a database for allocating human labor. Think about it. If you're stranded on a desert island with $1 trillion, that money is worthless, right? Because there's no labor to exchange it for. So what happens when machines are doing all the labor? That whole system, that database for labor, it just vanishes. Musk argues that the real fundamental currency of the universe was never money anyway. It's energy. So in this future, our value as people would be totally separate from our economic output. And the progress of our entire civilization, it would be measured by how good we get at using energy to do useful stuff. All right, now we're getting to the real philosophical peak of this whole thing. After completely rethinking society and economics, Musk takes it one step further and looks at the nature of reality itself. And he asks a question that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but his logic is actually surprisingly simple. Just look at the evolution of video games. Seriously, 50 years ago, we had Pong, two rectangles and a square. That's it. Now, we have photorealistic, massive online worlds with millions of players in real time. So just follow that trend forward. It seems almost certain that eventually we're going to create simulations that are completely 100% indistinguishable from reality. So the real kicker is, how can we be so sure that hasn't already happened? And for Musk, this isn't just some fun little thought experiment to kick around. He's serious. He actually puts the probability that we are living in base reality, the original one, at less than 50%. Let me say that again. He thinks it's more likely than not that our entire existence is a simulation. And this is where it all comes full circle. Remember that whole collective consciousness idea from the beginning? This is why it matters so much to him. Musk believes that the purpose of humanity, our whole reason for being here, is to expand consciousness. It's not about finding the answer to the meaning of life. It's about getting smart enough as a species to figure out what are the right questions to even ask about the universe. It's about becoming better players in this game of reality. So, this entire vision, from a global collective mind to an age of total abundance, it's absolutely breathtaking. But it also leaves us with maybe the most important question of all. In the kind of future Musk is describing, a world with no struggle, no scarcity, what on earth is going to give our lives meaning?